Hey YouTube, thanks for tuning back into another video. Today's going to be a little bit more like a blog format. I haven't uploaded in a while, so I want to catch you guys up on what I've been working on. Little status update on Clifford, a few of the project cars, and we'll go ahead and kick it off with the intro. So let's go ahead and get this party started. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I hope each and every one of you had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We've had a lot going on myself, so not a lot of progress here on the YouTube channel, but I want to thank each and every one of you for watching the videos, the watch content, and the subscriber marks that I require to be monetized are quickly approaching. So again, thank you for all that. And we'll go ahead and dive right in. So the biggest thing that we've been working on is really trying to get Clifford, which is the race car for next year. If you guys haven't seen any of the videos so far, you can tune into a few of the previous. We haven't covered a lot on Clifford, but Clifford's going to be basically the car for next year. We sold the hatchback. The hatchback is no longer in my possession. I now have actually 3 Civics, all 96 to 2000s, one which is a race car, the other 2 which are for sale. So all of this helps fund Clifford, more or less. So what I wanted to show you today was the capability of the car's current state, some of the stuff I've done to them, just some of the stuff I've been working on. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So guys, the first one here is a 96. It's actually the same year Clifford is, same color Clifford is. This car's been pretty well taken care of. It's got a lot of new bushings. It has repainted R81, which is the factory Honda paint code. The owner put a set of ground control coilovers on it. They're just the sleeves. It also has a set of True Heart struts. Went ahead and he installed these side markers as well. A set of Civic Type R mirrors, which, if you guys don't know, the Civic Type R mirrors are from a right-hand drive car. So when installed on a US left-hand drive car, one of the problems you have is the mirrors will not position to where you can see them from the driver's side. If you were sitting in the passenger seat, you could position them fine, but the angles, like the mechanics of it, don't allow for it. So they're mainly for looks. So this car is sporting a set of stock steel wheels with hubcaps. Whenever I got the car, the previous owner had taken out the rear interior. A lot of it was to clean it, and then some of it ended up being to replace. So this is actually an SI, a 99 2000 rear seat and rear panels. The front are actually in really good shape. We'll go around to this side of the car over here, and hopefully it's unlocked. So other than one little spot on the door panel, the interior is in great shape. And as I mentioned, this car's for sale. So if you follow me on social media, Instagram or Facebook, you can actually go to the marketplace ads that I post. And if you're local enough, or if you're willing to make the drive, you can buy some of these cars. Generally, these things are healthy. They'll pass a safety inspection. So pretty good little outfits if I buy them. I try to pass on good stuff. So it's an EX model. It's got a sunroof, power mirrors, or it would have had they not been Civic Type R mirrors. Door locks, all the amenities that you'd normally find in EX. It does have a Civic, well, it's not a Civic, but it's a steering wheel hub adapter, Momo leather wrapped, or might be fake leather. All of the cluster lights have been converted to amber, so I'll post a picture in here. And one thing I really like on cars is a solid shifter. So by that, I mean a solid shifter bushing set. These little cars, they don't have a whole lot of help, being since they have, like, 250,000 miles on them already. But other than the headliner, guys, I've got everything put back together inside this one. The seats are in overall good shape. So it's not a bad deal. It's got the little antenna block off, which is Bluetooth head unit. It did have a little boo-boo here, so whenever I got it, the fender was in much worse shape. The way that it was situated was it got backed into, and it kind of got into the door a little bit. But overall, it's not terrible. I just hated to put a black fender on it since it was pretty well new paint. So this little 96 didn't really need a lot. I took it in on trade for a Ford Escape that we had, and my wife's driving it right now, so it's reliable, runs good, drives good. I did end up having to put an exhaust manifold on it. Long story short, I went through 3 of them, and I'll show you here. Not every single cam manifold is the same, so I believe this was the first one I tried. A friend gave it to me, and the little flange was in the wrong spot, so it hit the oil pan, and then the other flange on the back was at the wrong angle. This one fit, but it was too short, so I believe it was from an automatic 96 to 2000. I believe this one is from a 92 to 95 Civic with a single cam. So I went through 2 and then found out that neither of them worked. So Cooley Built went ahead and stitched up my existing cast iron manifold, and we hit it with some Rust-Oleum, cleaned it up, put it back on the car, sealed it. It's all good to go now. So that's problem solved. So all in all, I mean, pretty clean car. This one's priced $22.50. It's a 96, clean title. It's got some tasteful upgrades. I didn't mention the thin side moldings on it. It looks good. I mean, it would make a great commuter car for anyone. Should have plenty of life, and it's a single cam, so parts to keep it running forever are a dime a dozen. So in summary, the 96 Civic's for sale. As I mentioned, follow me on social media, SethChurchVID, Facebook, Instagram, all that, and you'll be able to find these little cars as I post them for sale. This one, like I mentioned, currently daily driving it, so know it's good, know it's reliable, but I want to talk to you about another one. So I've also got a 2000 Civic, which is going to be for sale. So the 2000 Civic, picked it up, similar deal. This one ended up needing a head gasket. So we bought the car not running. The story we were told was the guy hired someone to do a tune-up, plugs, wires, cap, rotor button, all that fun stuff. And the guy stole the distributor. So we bought it not running, got it home, put a distributor on it, and then the fun began. So as Brandon got it to actually start, it peed all inside from a bad heater core. So as it peed all inside here, we ended up having a bigger problem, being the heater core needed to be replaced. And it's not exactly a quick, fun, task, but Brandon went ahead and knocked it out. We got a heater core, replaced it. And then by doing the heater core, the reason the heater core was bad was the head gasket was bad. So we ended up having to replace the head gasket. So head gasket, heater core, both parts later, the car starts, it runs. Get it kind of situated and find out that it's got a little bit of a misfire. So put a set of plugs in it, the misfire goes away, but it smokes like crazy. So this one's super cheap. It does smoke, it does run, it does drive. It's got all the stock components, and I mean, from the most part, it's a complete car. So it would be a really fun project or toy. You could drive it until, you decided to do something else with it. So like I said, completely stock D16Y8, stock exhaust all the way back. The air conditioner, compressor, and junk is here. It does not have a belt on it. It could be locked up, but everything's here. Like I mentioned, we put a head gasket on it. Not a whole lot going there. Basically, we were trying to figure out if it was worth, putting a motor in, or just trying to fix what we had to see if it was, healthy at all, because we bought it missing the distributor. So sometimes, you buy a pig in a poke, you get a 1% person's story, and it ends up being a little bit more in depth than what that story really meant. But clean car. I'll show you again here. Except for the fender. So it seems to be an epidemic where I buy cars that have bum fenders, but it's got a set of Acura LS wheels on it, pretty decent tires on the front. The back are they're worn. Other than a fender, I mean, the body's in pretty good straight situation here. Paint's a little weak on it. It's shine up for depending upon what you wanted. All the interior is here. Stock exhaust. The interior is dirty. However, it is complete. Passenger side door panel is good. Thing we're running into now, and a lot of people are running into, is these cars are old enough to where things are harder to find that are in good condition. By that, like these door panels, there's not a lot of material that is susceptible to the time. So they get brittle, they crack, they break, they fall apart. This one, other than being dirty, door panels are in good shape, dash is in good shape. Few different things here. Sun visors need a little attention. Driver's side door panel, holy cow. This guy has seen a better day, better year, better decade. So right now, a buddy of mine's looking to see if he's got one. That would be a huge plus if we could get a hold of that. Clutch and everything drives fine, engages. I actually drove it around and drove it to the parts store the other day. Like I said, it just smokes. So whenever it got hot, it may, have gotten something else in there, maybe a ring, maybe something in the head. But for what it is, this one's also on Facebook, $1,300. Runs and drives the way it is, clean title. Should make a pretty decent little car. Overall though, this is all an effort to find little things that, we can do. Head gasket, small different things, even putting a motor in one, and get it right back on track, something that's a decent mode of transportation. This one here, I could probably go ahead and put another motor in it, but then it gets a little expensive. So, I'd rather sell it cheaper to where someone else can kind of make the decision and the deciding forward path. So guys, this is all an effort, like I mentioned, to fund Clifford. Clifford's getting a little expensive. Clifford's currently at the chassis shop right now. There's been a few things underway. A lot of it has been kind of snowballing over the last 6 months, planning on what I was going to do to the other hatchback. And now, since it's no longer in the picture, it kind of turned into, well, those items need to be done to Clifford. And Clifford, when we bought Clifford had a lot of things that we needed, so it helped. However, when you're building a race car, there's a lot of things that you run across that you want, and it doesn't make financial sense to go ahead and, let's say, buy an intake manifold that costs $400 when it's only going to be good for, let's say, a year, and then the next one is $600. So you could spend $200 more now and get a manifold that you could grow into. So there's a lot of thought going into that, a lot of financial planning trying to go into this. The idea is between Cooley Built's hatch, my Clifford, not a hatch. We want to get out next year and try to go some of these races, whether it be local, within 4 or 5 hours driving distance, maybe down into Florida, but finally be able to enjoy these things. So a lot of planning going underway right now. A lot of patience involved, but as I have information and I am able to update you guys, I'll continue to do so. So I appreciate all your support. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the update here. If you're interested in any of these little cars, private message me, DM me on Instagram, SethChurchVID, Facebook, SethChurchVID. But overall, guys, happy holidays, and thank you for all the support. We'll catch you in the next video.